All right, thank you, Aude, for a great presentation. I think you can see here the intersection between AI and neuroscience, which is a very interesting one that I've been working on, and MIT is putting a focus on the MIT Quest for Intelligence. So now we are going to start the panels. So the panelists, so if you are a panelist, you need to get your microphone there. So you need to install your microphone on your shirt. So make sure to be there before you come here. So since this is the first panel, we are going to give them time to put their microphones. And Marco Muñoz is going to give us a short presentation on MIT. And Marco, he is the strategic advisor for international initiatives here at MIT. He has been very supportive of our initiative. Please welcome him on the stage.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to, I think I brought the list of the food I need to buy in the supermarket. Now, thank you everyone for being here in MIT. I'm Marco Muñoz. I'm Senior Director for Strategic Initiative at the Office of the Chairman of the Board of MIT. And because you are here, most of you are here from the first time, first I want to tell you that this event is organized by the students of MIT. And the students of MIT are the most fantastic students of the world. And MIT is very serious about research and innovation, but not that serious. I don't know if I can say the next slide. I don't know what I put. Can you move to the next one? I don't have the, oh, thank you. Okay, we have some fun always in MIT. We have the hackers, and this is the main dome, the lobby 10, and this is what we do usually, our students do. Nobody knows who they are, but sometimes in the morning you come out to MIT and you see something upstairs. Like here you see a R2D2, you see a police car on the top of the dome. That was very expensive for us because we need to take it down. I don't know how they did it. They just built it overnight, and then we need to pay for bringing it back. And lately, when they have this movie, Avengers, they just put that on the top of the dome. I don't know how they did it. But in MIT, it's a lot of fun. And not many people know about MIT, but in MIT, we have invented some stuff. And some of you may know about this. MIT is the university that produces more patents in the world. We usually do 800 to 850 disclosures a year. We get from 350 to 450 patents a year. Nobody produces more patents than MIT, just the whole system of the University of California. That is UCLA, UC San Francisco, UC Davis, UC Berkeley, all together. Now, what MIT is really a small university. If you think about it, we have just 11,500 students. 60% of our students are graduate students, 40% are undergrad students. We have only 1,000 professors and some teaching staff, but we have 92 Nobel Prizes, and 14 professors are teaching now that are Nobel Prizes. The last 2 Nobel Prizes were the 2 Nobel Prizes in economics for the Poverty Action Lab. And we just have 5 schools, just 5 schools: the School of Engineering, the School of Science, where a lot of the research that we are doing in artificial intelligence is happening, with the School of Engineering, because we have brain and cognitive sciences. All this quest for intelligence is coming from the brain and cognitive sciences. We have the School of Architecture. That is the oldest school of architecture in America, and actually the first African American that graduated from a School of Architecture was from MIT in 1888. We have the School of Management, the Sloan School of Management, and the School of Humanities. That is very, very important. Not many people know that MIT has humanities, and it is very, very strong with humanities. Actually, all these Nobel Prizes from economics came from humanities. Noam Chomsky, that is very famous in Latin America, won the Nobel Prize. He was a professor of linguistics in MIT. Now he's retiring. But that's more or less MIT in a nutshell. And what Omar said at the very beginning, our culture is all mind and hands. And mine is pretty good because we can measure mine pretty easy. We have 92 Nobel Prizes, 10% of all the Nobel Prizes in the history. But we are very, very focused in doing good, in solve great challenges. We are very interdisciplinary. The problem was to measure the hands. The hands is it is more difficult to measure. But 5 years ago, we did a study about what our former students were doing. Remember, you are in a university of 11,000 students only and 1,000 professors. 5 years ago, we did a study what our students were doing, former students, and we found that they were creating companies. They have 32,000 companies in the world with 4.3, 4.6 million employees and $2 trillion on sales. That means that a university of 11,000 students and 1,000 professors, if we bring together all the former students, we will be the 10th largest economy of the world. How is that possible? Just because we are very clear. Whatever we think, we need to put it into implementation for the benefit of humanity. If you have that goal, it's pretty easy to create wealth and to have an impact in the world. That is what our students do. That's why our students are fantastic. That's why our students can do what they are doing, putting together this conference by themselves, without any involvement of us, faculty or staff. This is more or less what happened in MIT. It's all about collaboration. Here we don't have a superstars. We don't have a superstar by itself. Nobody can solve a big problem if it's not working in groups. We all need to work together, and we all need to bring ideas from different areas. That's why when I said antidisciplinary, that means that we don't care where you're coming from, we don't care your language, we don't care your religion, we don't care your sex, we just care about your ideas. And if we have different ideas and different perspectives, it's when we can create more innovation and when we can really make an impact to benefit of humanity. But we have very big challenges, and this is why it's the panel now. This is one very interesting challenge. We're talking about artificial intelligence. I don't know if you read this study in 2018, but 65 to 90% of the people around the world think that artificial intelligence and robots are bad for people. You know, we are in an economy now in the world that is much better than ever. We have more services than ever, but why people are afraid of artificial intelligence? And one concern is pretty clear. We have a lot of productivity, a lot of economic development, but people are not making money. People that were born in the 1940s, 90% of them made much more money than their parents. The people that were born in 1980, maybe less than half are making more money than their parents. Why is that happening if we have all this technology that can make the world better? Now, this is one of the questions I'm going to ask the government. Now, it's a very big challenge to do innovation, to create new things. You know this quote, no? Many people know this quote. It's pretty famous. Everything that can be invented has been invented in 1899. Who do you think made that quote? You don't know? It was actually the commissioner of the US Patents Office. He wanted to close the patent office in the US because everything was invented already. That's funny, but what about this one? Who the hell wants to hear actors talk? Who do you think said that in 1927? Not the Warner Brothers, the ones that then created Warner Brothers movies. They couldn't believe people wanted to hear people talking on the movies. This one is the one that we all are for. This is the one that is more important for all of us. I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers in 1943. Who said that? Tom Watson, the founder of IBM. Okay, innovation and creating new things is very complicated because it doesn't exist. You tell someone artificial intelligence is going to help you. Really? I'm making less money now. The machines are going to take my job. How artificial intelligence is going to help me? I feel more stressed than ever. But what we all know what Einstein was saying, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. That means that technology is not going to stop. I had a conversation with a minister of finance like 7 years ago in a Latin American country, and he was complaining about blockchain and about Bitcoin and all this. And he said, I'm going to stop blockchain. I'm going to stop all these things because it's really bad. And I said, you cannot stop technology. I think the only solution for you is to learn and learn as much as you can as a government. That's your responsibility of the technology, and then try to regulate it in the best way to serve humanity, to serve your people. But if you are afraid of something that you don't know, and you try to stop it without learning and trying to understand why is this happening, you are not going to serve as a good politician. And at the end, they let the technology go. I don't know if because they wanted to, but because the technology keep going. I'm going to invite the panel to come, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what MIT has been doing in artificial intelligence. Actually, we have been investing a lot of money in MIT in the last 7 years since President Rafael Ruiz came as a president. As you know, he's from Latin America. He's first generation of his family to come to college, and he's the president of MIT. He's from Venezuela. And since he became a president, he wanted to help MIT to go outside and try to bring MIT into the war. And we have investing in many things. We invested in a big hardware facility that is the MIT Nano. And we invested in a lot of maker spaces. And since 1987, we started investing a lot in artificial intelligence. As the dean was saying before that, in MIT, we believe in this new system of education that is bilingual education. And bilingual education is physical and digital together. And that's why we made this commitment of $1 billion for the College of Computing, where you bring the agreement that we did with IBM Watson, the quest for intelligence, trying to understand what intelligence means and what intelligence is really going to be in the future with machines and people interacting. This lab, the Media Lab, was created 35 years ago when we knew that the intersection between the physical and the digital world was happening, and it was created in the School of Architecture and Urban Planning. This is part of the School of Architecture because technology needs to serve humanity and needs to make us, to help us to live a better life. And then we invested in this task force in 2018 about the future of work. And that is the biggest challenge. If you have technology, people are afraid of technology. If the technology is not going to serve humanity, if you are not going to feel that you are going to have a better job because technology, then we are in trouble. We don't know how to tell the story. And we found that the biggest problem is in education and also in public policy because their policies are not there. Sometimes government a lot of tax breaks for people investing in assets and not in education. But we have also a lot of distrust of people. For that, I'm going to invite the panel to come here, and we are going to open the discussion with 6 very, very interesting people from all around Latin America. Thank you.